And you're very welcome back to another WedPrep podcast. Today in the studio we have Oisin Foley, who is a mind reader and a magician, and he's going to talk to us about where you can fit in a magician into your wedding day and the joy that it brings and the fun that it brings and to fill the little lulls that can happen sometimes in the process of the timeline of your wedding day. Oisin, you're very welcome to the studio.
Thanks a million for having me.
How are you?
Yeah,
you look
As
fresh.
I always say, I'm keeping positive and testing negative. I've been saying it 5 years, I'm going to keep saying it.
I like that. I've never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's definitely a plus, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Touch wood.
So look, you're a magician, a mind reader, and you know, obviously you're going to get people ask you questions. How do you fucking do it? What's the story? What's the tricks? And you know, is there such thing as a magic circle and all of this kind of stuff that you're not out?
In Ireland, there's the Society of Irish Magicians.
Okay.
And essentially, we meet up once a month and go for a few pints while showing each other card tricks.
Right.
It's not as exciting as it sounds.
Okay. There's nothing, no black magic, any weird stuff going on that we don't know about. That we're an external source, or
No, not that I'm aware of anyway.
Okay,
Not that I'm aware of now. We'll look into it.
So look, you do corporates and you do weddings.
Yeah.
Okay. And so where does a magician and a mind reader fit into a wedding?
So no two weddings are ever the exact same. I recommend the kind of mix and mingle entertainment during the drinks reception or the pre-dinner kind of thing, because that's the time at a wedding where I find is the most lull from just going to weddings as a guest.
Yeah.
You're going to have people coming in waiting for the bride and groom to come back after getting their photos. You have two sides of the family who might know each other that well. You've got boring Uncle Colm over in the corner that everyone's trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the perfect time for someone like me to come in, bring in a little bit of energy and just kind of do my thing floating about.
And people aren't too
They're not
pissed.
too jarred yet, but like I've been booked to come in just before the band and at the kind of break with the band as well in the past, where there has been a lot more drink. At that stage, it's just all the sleight of hand, finger flinging.
So there's
stuff.
a process, there's a kind of, you approach it, well, I'm in this part, this is how we do this, and because you need people's attention, obviously.
Definitely. You need the attention, especially when you're doing the more mind-reading-y mentalism kind of stuff. You definitely need them to be able to focus a little bit.
Okay.
So that time, if someone's a little bit more drunk or if that kind of thing, just go into something where a little bit less concentration is needed. Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, brilliant. So then, ultimately, kind of pre-dinner is the perfect fit.
For the close-up stuff, I think that's
What about
the best
during
stuff.
dinner?
During dinner, I find is really good. However, there's also a plate of food in front of people.
Yeah.
And when people are waiting since 12 o'clock that day to
they're
have a
hungry.
feed,
It's hard to keep their attention.
there's a roast beef dinner in front of them.
Yeah.
You don't want to get between a man and his roast beef.
Yeah.
But what I do recommend if someone is thinking about that little lull kind of after dinner is I offer an after dinner show as well. The same way some people might have, say, a hypnotist or like Irish dancers or singing waiter. We can do a little slot in there as well.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect thing.
And what drew you then to magic?
So when I grew up, Harry Potter was huge. I was a massive Harry Potter fan. On the Late Late Toy Show in 2004, 2005, dressed as Harry Potter.
You were on it?
I was. I have the footage on my
Can we
life.
get that footage up? No. we're not
send it
that
on.
technical. You send it on. Oh, you do send it on. We'd love to see that. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, so I was mad into Harry Potter and big into doing magic and stuff like that. And I've always been performing. I have a history of like acting, dancing, playing a few instruments and that kind of thing. So as long as I've been out of short trousers, I've been doing something.
Brilliant.
But magic is just my kind of craft. I really like the way that with a deck of cards or a couple of business cards or something like that, I can make this little moment that is special for someone.
And it's a joyous moment. I've watched some of your stuff on Instagram and the people go, wow, and how did you do that? You know, then I suppose, you hear all the other ones then, give us the lot of numbers and the common things. Can you do that, by the way?
Well, what I do is I write down numbers and I'll say to them and go, I don't know when they'll come up, but they will come up.
They will come up,
yeah,
right.
The odds are.
Yeah. So how did you fall into start doing weddings then? Where was the start of that for you?
So what happened was I was a guest at a wedding when I was a teenager, and the day after and the day of, I was kind of just doing tricks around the place, and a few people came over and asked if I had business cards. Didn't have them at the time, so I wrote my name on a playing card with my number and handed it to them.
Brilliant.
And kind of all started from there.
Yeah, and a lot of supplier stories are like that. You know, you speak to DJs, bands, and you do something for a friend, and then you say, "Oh, you know," and like, you know, and I always say it, the Irish wedding industry is amazing, and we're spoilt. There's brilliant suppliers, loads of entertainment. We love to have a good time, don't we?
Definitely.
You know?
Like I only got married a few months ago, so I know.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Good.
I know how much work goes into putting a wedding together.
That's the big thing, yeah.
And the biggest issue me and my wife found was there's so many amazing suppliers out there. It's tough to choose.
Yeah, even if you're in the business, you know people.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
You know.
And you're trying to find something for everyone's tastes as well. You don't necessarily... I'm big into like Fleetwood Mac. She's a big Taylor Swift fan. We had to find a band that could do both.
Yeah, to try and fit it in. Yeah, you didn't. Did you book us? No,
we got Black Tie.
Did you book Trevor from Midland DJs? No.
No, Black Tie did the DJ and all.
Oh, that's controversial. But yeah, Black Tie, brilliant band. They're excellent. Yeah, brilliant.
Unbelievable. Really, really approachable and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
which is what drew us to it. And they had a female singer, which...
So that's the thing, and you know, you kind of knew what you wanted, and that's a good message for couples. You kind of figure out what you want. Do you want a female singer? Do you want a full night DJ? Do you want a 4-piece male band? Do you want sax?
Exactly.
And sift it all down, and that's what made you,
exactly.
You know. And so, like, for the planning process, just not to go too much off subject. So, like, did you find it tasking? Did you have to do much, or was your partner?
So we actually were very fortunate from going to the awards and stuff like that, that we had met a couple of suppliers and were able to go, okay, these guys, we went to the RDS and we found that the suppliers that weren't necessarily trying to sell to us, but were just up for a bit of crack, we were like, they're perfect for us.
Yeah. The saley thing gets you. The personality is a big one, isn't it?
Exactly. If you can sit down, have a chat with someone, have a bit of a laugh,
and
they're not necessarily pushing going, you should go for this package.
Yeah.
We were like, perfect.
Yeah, you know when you know type thing. Great. Yeah. So look, let's talk about the tricks then. I mean, so you come in predominantly on a pre-dinner, which I think is a perfect time, right? Because pre-dinner, everyone's just having a chat and most people are relatively sober. Right? In most. Day twos, actually. Do you do day twos?
I do. Now, I don't get too many day twos. But it's something I've been trying to get into for ages.
Yeah, because I'd imagine it'd be a great fit for that.
Exactly. That kind of, even if there's a barbecue or something like that, or if you're doing a pre-night instead of a day two, perfect little spot as well.
So at that time, and then, you know, I suppose your budget is how long is a piece of string, or what do you want on the day, all of that, and the you know, the time of year and all of those things. Travel nationwide, international. Yeah, because I suppose, like, for you, like, you're not bringing, like, you know, DJ decks or guitars. It's just you'd have your little.
If I'm doing close up, everything fits into my pockets. If I'm doing kind of a stand up or a stage show, I've got a little bag, like, it's about that size. Everything fits into that. It's perfect.
So you could just go abracadabra and it just all gets bigger and stuff.
Well, if it was that, could have been Vegas.
Well, that's true. So look, do you think you can do something for us?
Let me see, what have we got on us? I've got some coins here. Let me see.
Okay.
Perfect.
Right, okay. So, €2, €1.
€1 coin.
Okay.
Now, Carl, have you ever played that game before where you hide an object behind your back and someone has to guess where it is?
I think so, yes.
So we're going to play a few games of that now. So first things first, I'm going to hand that to you.
Okay, brilliant.
Pop your hands behind your back. Put the coin into whichever hand you want.
Okay.
And bring your hands out just like that whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Fantastic. Now just focus on whether it's in your left hand or your right hand for a moment. And we're going to try this. Because on the first round, 90% of people do the exact same thing. And they put it in their dominant hand.
Okay.
Now, have you feeling called you're right-handed, yes?
No.
Oh, you're a lefty.
I'm a kit dog.
Oh,
I got bet in school for that, you know.
Oh, I was lucky. I came along after the corporal punishment.
Sorry.
So this tells me you're like 10% of people as opposed to 90, because you actually did put it into your right hand, though, yeah?
I did.
Yeah, fantastic. Show it out there.
Yeah, good man.
We'll try it again.
Okay.
We'll try it again. So hands behind your back.
Okay.
This time I want you to pop the coin into whatever hand feels more right to you, leaving the hand that's left empty, and bring your hands out whenever you're ready.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Now, I'm assuming you heard what I said. I said put it into whatever hand feels more right to you, leaving the hand that's left empty, and that's exactly what you did.
I put it
back into the right hand.
I did.
We'll try it again. One more time.
Okay.
One more time, and this time exact same thing, and bring your hands out whenever you're ready.
Okay. Right. Okay. Now,
And you heard what I said that time.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I said exact same thing. But the thing is, at that stage, because you've heard it subconsciously, you're probably going to go, I'm not going to keep it in the right hand again. I'm going to swap to the left, which is what you did this time, yeah?
I did. I put it in my left. Yeah, I did. There it is. Look. Okay.
I tell you what, last time, this is the money.
This is the, right.
this is
okay,
the money.
right.
This
okay.
time, pop it behind your back and just bring your hands out.
Okay. Right. Do I change?
You can change your hands as many times as you want.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Right.
So, here comes the fun part. I'm going to move your hands over here for a second.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is just cross your hands for me. Okay.
Okay.
So, 90% of people, when they're in this position, what they're going to do is, because the object of the game is to hide the coin from me, they're going to put it in the hand that's underneath. But we've already established, Carl, you're not like 90% of people.
No.
So you probably would have gone balls to the wall and put it in the hand that's over top the right hand there again.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
Take it out there and show. Thank you very much.
Okay. That's amazing. And do you know what I actually felt? I thought you were going to do something where I felt something pinching me here. I was going, hang on, does he have to put it in my left hand? No,
if I was that good, I'd be in Vegas.
But and that's the kind of magic where, you know, you got it right every time.
Yeah.
And like, I suppose this important question is, sometimes it has to go wrong.
Yeah.
And does it go wrong?
Oh, regularly.
Does it? And how does that feel then when it goes wrong? Do you get people going, oh, yeah.
Sometimes. Now, the thing that I will say is, because it's the more mind-reading-y stuff that tends to go wrong.
Yes.
Because there's less trickery in that in what I'm doing.
Yes.
Like, it's more suggestion-based, and there's more like trying to read the actual person, even though there's still a trick at the end of it.
Yeah.
When that happens, because I'm pointing out the little things like the scripts that I'm using, like putting it into your right hand, leaving the hand that's left empty. When that happens, because people can see what's going on, they still appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I always make a joke of, well, do you know what happens when a magician gets a trick wrong? Okay. He does another trick.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You have to be able to have the banter, keep people engaged, and make things as interactive as possible.
And like I've watched all your Instagram and stuff, and what magician brings to the table to a wedding. Because, you know, you'll often have some people who say, look, novelty acts, just, you don't need this, you don't need that, you know, focus on what's important. Yeah. But I definitely think for that pre-dinner part, it's just bringing the buzz of a magician or something else similar.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely the buzz part, but the thing that I say to an awful lot of couples is, when you're hiring a magician, you're not hiring a magician, you're hiring a problem solver.
Yeah,
because there's always going to be something with a wedding. There's always something. You just need someone, whether it's caricature artist, a magician, a mind reader, something like that, just to keep the energy going and to put yourself at ease with everything.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of think is more important than having this big high energy buzz.
It's kind of breaking the ice, and you're right, because the pre-dinner, even with music, you would say, look, don't have anything too intrusive, because people are there just hanging out before the meal, where you come in and it just creates an atmosphere.
It creates an atmosphere. It's quite conversational as well. Like, I'll be having the crack with people. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you're not like going out to everybody at one time. You're not on a stage.
No.
You're going around to the guests.
Exactly. Like, if someone does want everyone to see something at the end, that's when the after dinner show is kind of pushed.
Yeah, that's when you can do it then.
Exactly.
So great. Look, and so have you any funny stories that you can think of putting you on the spot?
I mean, look, I've always come into strange bits and pieces in what I've done. I remember, it's not too long ago, I was doing a wedding in Donegal and was pulled by the aunt of the groom to one side. And she says to me, I know that you can't really read minds and that kind of thing, but would you be interested in trying to talk to my dead grandfather for me?
Was there?
Yeah, great. Oh, hilarious story, because I'm there going, I'm after telling you for 45 minutes that everything you're seeing is a trick and is fake and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, I know it's not real, but you can do it for me, can't you?
So she's bringing you in as a psychic or something like that.
Exactly.
Did you give it a go? Did you give it a go?
I said to her, I have a Ouija board, I can swing down to the house.
That's going crazy, yeah. Well, look, on that note, Oisin, thanks very much for coming into the studio. So where is the first people look for you? What do they do? So, I mean, WeddingSuppliers.ie, Instagram, Oisin Foley Mind Reader. I'm on TikTok. I don't post regularly there. Brilliant. Are you finding TikTok a good platform?
It's an interesting platform.
Yeah, okay.
It's a very interesting platform. I find Instagram is where you get an awful lot of inquiries. TikTok is where you get an awful lot of crack.
Yeah, and ideas. And lots of visibility as well.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Oisin, you're a gent. Thanks for coming in. Brilliant. Thank you.